Hello, everybody. It's Hammer. It is October 4th, 2023. I'm here with your mortgage market update. Let you know what's going on in the mortgage market. If you're here live, go ahead and say hello. Let us know that you're here. I'm actually pre recording this because I will be in Puerto Rico getting ready for my daughter's wedding. However, I believe this will show up live. And if you're here live, go ahead and say hello. But if you don't hear me acknowledge it, that's why. If you're on the replay, do us a favor, give us a hashtag replay. Let us know that you were here. We do monitor these posts. If you have any questions or comments, go ahead and put them on there. But I did want to make sure I came to you this week, even though I am going to be out of town, to make sure that we keep you posted on what's going on with the mortgage market, with mortgage rates, and keep you clued in. So with that said, let's go ahead and talk rates. We'll do a quick recap. Remember, when we talk about rates, it's not an offer to lend. And when we talk about rates, we're talking about averages and generalities. You always want to go ahead and shop your rate. So last week I talked about how rates are creeping up over the coming weeks, but probably only reaching the worst levels we'd experienced for 2023. However, we're actually seeing them get worse than that, unfortunately. Rates have continued to move higher. That means that VA rates are averaging in the high sixes to low sevens. You're going to see a lot more of the sevens than you are the sixes. It's going to be harder to see those sixes. You're going to need to see better credit scores, higher credit scores, and a little bit, different situations to see that. Otherwise, if you're getting VA quotes in the sevens, that is very much where the market is. Conventional rates, if you're not getting a VA mortgage for some reason, conventional rates are averaging in the mid to high sevens. That's very normal rate right now on a conventional conforming loan, meaning a loan that's going through Fannie Mae or Freddie Mac, which most people would be getting for their mortgage. Now, you can see eights in some situations, and that's not something that you should feel that you are being taken advantage of. Unfortunately, that is where mortgage rates are right now. And if we were to go ahead and take a quick look and say, well, where do we think things are going to go from here? Let's go ahead and give you a quick mortgage rate recap. Rates are very likely to continue to move at least slightly higher. Hopefully, they should settle down soon. Over the next 15 days, rates could definitely creep up a bit higher. They're very likely to stay within this range that we're growing used to, meaning for conventional loans, high sevens, low eights; for VA loans, high sixes, low sevens. Longer term, rates aren't really going to move significantly lower until 2024 sometime. And that's only going to happen when we see the economy start to slow down. So this week, we've already had some information on the labor market, what's called the JOLTS data, the job openings and labor turnover survey, showing a lot of job openings. And when there's more job openings, that means that there's more demand. That's a strong labor market. Now, we could pick through it. Certain, economists and talking heads kind of would go deeper and point to, well, this is why we see this and this is why we see that. But at the end of the day, it signals market strength, and it signals strength to the markets. And the Fed has been very clear that they want to quash inflation. In order to do so, they're willing to hold rates higher for longer. And that's what's really going to happen. And what the Fed, when they're adjusting rates, even though they're only adjusting one single rate, the Fed funds rate, it trickles through the entire economy. And that means that they are, basically influencing credit card rates, car loan rates, student loan rates, mortgage rates, right? And all of these rates are going to be higher for longer. Now, mortgage rates, we did not think we would be in the sevens. I figured maybe we'd be in the sixes. We spent a lot of time in the sevens, though, and we've gotten used to it. And we are working our way into the eights even. Now, I still think this is a great time to buy a house. So you may say, Hammer, why would I want to buy a house when rates are this high? And let me explain to you a couple of things that are happening right now. When rates are this high, what that means is that normally it would be pushing home prices down, but home prices haven't really gone down. They've kind of stabilized. They're still going up a very little bit in most markets, and that is because so many people are basically handcuffed to their home. Let me take this off for a minute. They're handcuffed to their home because they have such great low mortgage rates from the pandemic era, and they're just not able to get out from underneath those mortgages. They're, who's going to go from a 2.5% or 3% loan to a 7-8% loan and buy a bigger house? So a lot of people are staying put where they are, and that's one of the things that's affecting our inventory, as well as not enough houses being built over overregulation and difficulty building. So all of these things a big issue. And because of that, that's why we are not in a housing bubble. It is very unlikely that we are going to see things get better. So remember, you really, right now is actually a good time to buy a home. The best time to buy a home is when you need a home. And you should be buying a home for your own reasons, not just as a financial instrument. However, as a financial instrument, buying a home now is not a mistake. Right now, you're going to find that there's less bidding wars. You can request what we call seller concessions. When the seller gives you a credit towards your closing costs as part of the down payment, you can use that seller concession to prepay interest in what's called a buy down. Sometimes referred to as a 2-1 buy down, meaning it will for 2 years reduce the rate that you are paying in your payment. Your interest rate doesn't actually change because you're prepaying the interest, but your payment is lower in the first year, the second year, and then it goes up into that third year. So that's definitely worth talking to your mortgage professional about. Ask questions about that. But you may be concerned about buying a home right now, waiting for rates to drop, and you don't want to do that. Why don't you want to wait for rates to drop again? When rates do move lower, that's going to open up the market. We're going to see even more buyers, more demand. That's going to drive home prices up faster. So if you get in now, as long as you can afford it, the good news is as home prices continue to go up, and they are very likely to go up from here, even if they take a step back longer term, they'll definitely go up. And you're the one that's going to get the equity on that scenario. So anyway, just wanted to make sure I checked. We've got more labor data coming out. We've got the non-farm payroll data. We got wages. We got unemployment. All of this data coming out on Friday could be bad for mortgage rates. We could see rates get worse towards the end of the week, probably even worse as we head into next week. October 12th next week, we're going to get CPI inflation, consumer inflation data. If that data does not show inflation staying down, that's another thing that could drive mortgage rates a little bit higher. So all of this kind of over our head, it's like those old Warner Brothers cartoons where the anvil is swinging over the head of the Wile E. Coyote on just the thinnest of strings left on that rope. That's kind of where we're at. So you definitely want to be talking to your mortgage professional. If you're out house hunting, just recognize that you may see higher rates by the time you get under contract. Don't get discouraged. It's going to be all part of that process. Rates will come down eventually, and when they do, you'll be able to consider refinancing. Remember to talk to your mortgage professional about an EARL, an interest rate reduction refinance loan. There's a couple of caveats to that loan, but the VA does make refinancing a VA mortgage extremely easy with this EARL product, and you'll want to check into that. So, all right, my friends, I hope that this helps you this week. I hope you guys have a fantastic one. And if I can answer any questions for you, just go ahead and post them. Let the moderators know, and I will do that. All right, take care. And this has been your weekly market update. Remember, you can join me each and every week as I do this. You can join me next week. We do this at 12 p.m. Eastern, 11 a.m. Central, 10 a.m. Mountain, 9 a.m. Pacific. All right, everybody, take care and have a fantastic day. Bye-bye.